Okay, we're back with Bounce Around Charleston. Mary Beth, Dacey.
Correct.
Welcome to Bounce Around Charleston.
Thank you. Glad to be here.
We're about to talk about something that has really been in my spirit for a while. The term ADHD. What is that?
The proper term is attention deficit hyperactivity disorder. It's a medical disorder, and you don't have to have the hyperactivity with it. The three main components are hyperactivity, impulsivity, or inattention, and only one of the three needs to be present to be diagnosed. So ADD and ADHD are the same thing.
Your Lifemanagement Center, how do you work with families dealing with children?
When we work with the families directly, either both parents or one of the parents will come up into the center and meet with one of our learning specialists, including myself, and we go through a whole family history, a child's history, both socially, emotionally, medically, educationally, all their strengths and their weaknesses, and it gives us a sense of what's working and what's not working, and then we try and help them come up with a plan as to what do they need to do next.
Now, school is just starting.
Right.
And I know the teachers are watching the students, and so oftentimes they will say, this child has a problem. Will that person come to you?
The teachers sometimes come to us for help and advice. We often observe children in their classroom. The teacher may send a family to us, but generally the teachers, when they're concerned, should go through the guidance department or their principal, and necessarily directly to the parents themselves, unless it's a policy that their school encourages them to do. And so a lot of what teachers can do is they can document and talk about instances or behaviors without putting a label on it if they don't know whether there's a label there.
What signs should we be looking for?
Well, if it's for attention deficit disorder, you should be looking for hyperactivity, impulsivity, inattention. Children that have difficulty paying attention in class, get distracted very easily, are very disorganized, cannot stay focused, don't often complete their work on time, or complete it so quickly they're the first ones done. And, you know, a lot of movement, sometimes poor social skills, sometimes incredibly good social skills. And for a teacher, especially a teacher who's been teaching for a while, you can get kind of a, same with a mom, you can get kind of a gut instinct that something's not right. And so then you have to look at, well, is it an attention issue? Is it a learning issue? Is it a behavior issue?
You said something earlier that I can identify with personally. I know of a family, the child was just acting out in school. He had been to 3 schools, and each school put him out. But at the 4th school, the principal recognized that the child was finishing his work early. And because of that, he was disrupting the class. So the principal said, he needs to be challenged more. And when they did that, the problem appeared to have gone away.
Well, that's wonderful. In a case like that, it's not always quite that easy, but when that happens, what the school should do, or the family should do, is go and seek professional help where you get someone who knows what they're doing to really look at the whole situation and find out what's causing this child to act out. Is it the school? Is it a physical condition? Is it an emotional condition? You know, when he left the house that morning, was everything chaotic there and he was worried about what was going on back home? Is the teacher trying to teach him how to read and he's not there yet?
So when we come to the Lifemanagement Center, you all will cover all these areas.
We cover all of these areas. We work with the parents, we work with the schools, we work with the children, we do the full battery of testing, we do tutoring, we do academic coaching, we do life coaching, we do reading workshops free of charge in any public school in the district for students who are in middle schools but have not learned to read beyond the 2nd or 3rd grade level, so they can't read their textbooks, basically. They're kind of your fall through the crack kids.
So there is a literacy problem.
Yes, and I think Charleston County has acknowledged that they had. And it's not just Charleston County. There's a lot of districts who struggle with the reading issues. And so we have a particular program called Reading Rewards. We've been doing it since 2007. And we've worked within the public schools with 377 children to date, small group settings, 25 lessons, where they learn to basically learn how to read multisyllabic words so they can read their textbooks. And this program targets the children that are not diagnosed with any kind of attention or learning problem, so they're not receiving any special services from the district. So they're kind of what we call the fall through the crack kids. And it's been incredibly successful. Our pre-testing and post-testing data is excellent.
I turn to the back of this brochure that you brought in. I love it. Do you or your child have problems with, and then you spelled the word focus. And focus, the F is frustration, the O is organization, the C is concentration, the U is underachievement, and the S is study skills. Basically, that covers everything a child has to do in a learning environment.
Exactly. That's what you have to look at. If you know something has broken down, you have to pinpoint where it is. We have students who academically are bright enough to do all the work, but they don't have any study skills, they're poorly organized, and so they don't necessarily need someone to tutor in math. They need an academic coach who teaches them how to study, how to get organized, how to keep it all together.
Okay. Now, the second annual corporate spelling bee. You smiled so when I said that because I think it's something you want to talk about.
We are a 501c3 nonprofit, and last year was the first year for this event, and we had 10 corporations in Charleston who put a team together. It is an adult, old-fashioned spelling bee. And last year it was at the college. It's going to be at the College of Charleston again this year. This year we're in the Satilli Theater. And Mayor Riley welcomes everyone and introduces the teams. He's doing that again this year. And we have Mallory Factor, Kathleen Wilson, and Beth Webb-Hart are our judges. Elsa McDowell reads the words, and they go one at a time. The teams are given a word. There's 3 people on a team. They can confer for a minute, and then they have to get up in front of the audience and spell the word.
And all the money is raised for?
All the money goes directly to our literacy programs.
Thank you so much, Mary Beth Dacey, for being
thank you for having
on
me.
Bounce Around Charleston. And we're going to tell the people about the locations. There are 3 locations. Won't you help us with that?
Our main office at 628 St. Andrews Boulevard in Charleston. We have a satellite in Somerville. It is on Old Orangeburg Road. It's on the campus of Pinewood Prep, but it is open to everyone in the community. We're there because they give us the space. And our third is, I don't have my glasses on, 1720 Carolina Park Boulevard in Mount Pleasant, and that's at the Palmetto Presbyterian Church.
And we thank you again for being here on Bounce Around Charleston.
Thank you very much.
Okay, don't you go anywhere because there is a special tribute to 9/11.